Okay. So yeah. Today we are going to see two questions. One is from Codeforces and second one is from CodeChef, and both are from bitwise operations. So let's see the first. Okay, let me first share whiteboard. I guess today's question are so easy. Am I right? Everybody, today's question are like one of the most easiest question you have seen. Anybody want to share their opinion? Even though we would be having some informal talk, but as of now, you can just let me know. Like, what do you think? How are the questions? Were they tough for you or easy? Or anybody who didn't understand the question? Anybody? Anything you would like to share? Sure. No problem. Okay. So in the question says that I would be given an integer and didn't understand the question. Okay, which one, Shivani? First or second? This question you are talking about, or the second CodeChef one? First one. Okay, this one I am right. This one, Codeforces one. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. Great. No problem. Okay. Okay. So you can just unmute and say instead of writing inside, so it would be more convenient for you and me to communicate, right? No problem. Let us start. So we will be given integer n, and you have to find three integers, a, b, and c. Now the question says that there is one condition to find these three integers. Now a XOR b plus b XOR c plus b XOR c. This should be equal to n, and you have to find a, b, c in such a way that this following condition should get satisfied, right? So our see, do you know in this question only those are able to solve who have seen the constraints, because sometimes constraints give you the biggest hint. In the question they have written, just a minute. Yeah, let me just copy paste this line for you. Yes, see, in the question they were saying that you have to find any three integer ABC, where ABC starts from 0 to 10 raised to 9. Understood? ABC starts from 0 to 10 raised to 9. Now, the question could be you have to find three distinct number, but question is not asking for this. Question could say you have to find three numbers ABC where A starts from equal, where A should be non-positive, like it should be greater than equal to, and it can go up to 10 raised to 9. But both of this condition is not there in the question. So you can think very easy because you can include zero, right? And always remember, whenever in bitwise, in any bitwise operation, in any bitwise operation, you can include zero, then it is like very easy solving. Just think from that case only. Not only in this question, whenever you encounter bitwise question and just read the constant and it says that the number can also be zero, then just think from that scenario one time, right? Because here this is the biggest hint. Now let us move forward. Now let's divide our test case. I mean case n can either be odd and can either be even, right? Now let us first talk about odd. Let's say my n is odd. I don't care what bits here. 1, 2, 4. This is my bitwise representation of any number. Now, okay, 8, 16. Now my n is odd. That means I need to find my ABC in such a way that I will do A XOR B plus blank. Blank is nothing but B XOR C plus blank A XOR C, and that should equal to n, right? Now, if I want to get, see, if I want to get set bit here in one, because we see as of now, just don't get confused with this activity. We are not caring about this activity. As we are taking the test case as n is odd, that means at the result, after adding three numbers, we want set bit here at first place, right? So that means, let's say our A is, we don't care what bits are, but as of now we just want to care about the first bit. Same for B, same for C. Let's say for the A number, my first bit is set bit, right? Now, you know that whenever XOR 0 XOR 1 is equal to 1 and 1 XOR 0 is equal to 0. And if you do XOR of any two number, X XOR X of same number, then it is again 0. X could be 0, X could be 1 or any other number, right? Now, I want 1 as a set bit in my resultant number after
Can you
adding
please
all
explain
these.
this part? Can you please explain this part again? This X XOR X.
Which one? Okay,
The last.
this
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So like, yeah. So like, let's say there is a number X 5, right? And you do 5 XOR 5. So ultimately it is going to result 0. And 0 XOR X would be giving you X, because 0 doesn't matter in XOR, right?
Yeah. But when you have returned 1 XOR 0, so 1 XOR 0 given.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. Really sorry from my side. 1 XOR 0 is 1. Okay. Thanks
Okay.
for pointing this out. Yeah. Yeah. So after this question ends, I am going to give you one challenging task. Actually, not challenging task, but to test you how your bitwise knowledge is. But let me first finish these two questions as my priority. Then we can discuss something more or have some informative, right? Chalo. So my like I was at, in my resultant number, I want set bit here and at the first position. Now I am taking set bit here 1 in A number, and I am taking 0. I am taking unset bit in B, right? Now if you do XOR of A XOR B, then you would be getting set bit at first position, right? And let's say now again we have some two test cases. In C, it could be 0 or it could be 1. Now, my claim is, whatever this number is, you will always get 1 plus 1. And hence you will not able to get odd number. Right? Chalo, chalo. दोनों देखते हैं. Let us take two test cases. A is equal.
When we have 1, we meant that our bit is set, and when we have 0, that means our bit is unset.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and we how we like define it or find out it, like if we have 1 at the right hand side, at the end of the right hand side, or 0 at the right hand side, at
Yeah,
the end of
here,
it.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
And
As
so
of now,
this
this.
way, yeah. So
Huh,
only this way can we judge that our bit is set or not, or do we have to
yes.
do this for every bit?
Yeah, we have to do it for every bit, but as of now
For
I am
every.
just taking, yeah, but as of now I am taking the test case where n is odd, so I am taking only these first bit. So
Okay.
we don't care what bits are at 2, 4, 8 and 16 and so
Okay.
on. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, great. Chalo. Now I am taking, like I am placing set bit in A at my first bit. That means I have a number odd. Now I am placing unset bit at B, right? Now C could either have 1 or 0. Let's say C is 0. Now XOR of these two, 1, XOR of these two, 0, XOR of these two, again 1. Now if we add this number, our sum becomes 2, right? Let's say here if it is 1, then XOR of 1 XOR 0, 1 XOR of 0 XOR 0, 1, and XOR of 1 XOR 1, 0. Then again we are getting 2. That means the minimum number we are getting is 2, or we can get 0, but we cannot get 1. We can get 0. Let's say my three set bits are 0 0 and 0, right? 0 0 and 0, then we can get XOR as 0, or my set bit is 1 1 1 1, then I can get XOR, I can get 0 at the result. This is my A number, this is my B number, this is my C number, and 1 represent set bit at first position. Then I can get 1 XOR 1 0, 1 XOR 1 0, and again 1 XOR 1 0. And same test case, same case here. You take any permutation. See, we have three places. In each place, you can either place 0, in each place, either you can 1. You take any permutation of this, any combination of this, and I can guarantee that you won't be able to find 1 as a result. That means I can conclude that whenever my n is odd, whenever my n is odd, my answer is always -1. I can say that. Everybody understood how I can say that? Because I cannot get first bit. And if I cannot, chalo, do you know if I cannot get first bit, what my number could be? Can it be odd or
Okay,
even?
can you explain this again? Why we cannot get like first bit as one when we have all?
Okay, okay. So let's say my n is odd, right? Now, whenever my n is odd, that means my first bit would always be a set bit. Am I right? Because we have odd, that means 1 should came. And all the numbers apart from 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, all are even. All are even. Odd would be multiple of 2s. So all are even. But whenever my n is odd, that means my first bit would be set bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want this as a set bit in my result. That means after we add three numbers, ABC, not ABC, but A XOR B, B XOR C, and C XOR A. Now let's say in my A, we have a set bit at first position. In B, we have unset bit at first position, and at C, we have again a set bit, right? So in this case, you would be able to get 1. 1 XOR 1 is 1. Now B XOR C. B XOR C, it is again 1. C XOR C, it is 0. And if you add this number, you are getting 2. If you take instead of 1, if you take 0, then also the same case will apply. 1 XOR 0, 1 XOR 0, 1, 0 XOR 0, 0. And again 1 XOR 1 is 1. Right? So again, you are not getting first bit as a set bit in answer, final answer.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can conclude that whenever my n is odd, my answer is always -1. Everybody. Now, let's say my n is even. Now, when I say my n is even, that means 1, 2, 4, 8. Whenever I say my n is even, I can say my first bit would always be unset bit, right? Because only then my n can be even. You cannot have odd plus even is equal to even. You cannot have this. And all the numbers except 1, all are even. So if you are taking 1, then our number would always be odd. Chalo. Now, whenever my n is even, I would be having unset bit at the first position, and we would be having some bits at 2, 4, 8, 16. It depends on what number we are taking. Now, in the question, they are allowing us to take any number as 0, and they are allowing us to take any two numbers same. Any two number same. Now, my n is even. That means my n is divisible by 2. My n is divisible by 2. Now, having these two as an observation, I can say that my answer is 0, n by 2, n by 2. If you take XOR from 0 to n by 2, my answer is n by 2. If you take XOR of n by 2, it is 0. If you take XOR of A and C, 0 n by 2, it is again n by 2. If you add this result, n by 2 plus n by 2, n plus 0, n. See, we are getting our number n. Everybody getting everybody. All okay, great. Yes, okay, great, perfect. Chalo. So, like, would you be able to solve? You just have to write two if else condition, like one if else condition. If n is odd, then C out -1, else C out 0, n by 2, n by 2. Okay. So we are not moving to the code because it is very simple. And I believe that as a level 2 student, you can definitely write if else. I have that much trust on you, right? Chalo, great. So let's move to the next question. The next question is Code Chef question. Now let me copy paste the question. Okay. Can everybody see my question? I have copy pasted. Everybody. If you are not able to see, please scroll down. Everybody. Okay. Okay. You are able to see. Great. Now, question says that you are given an integer x. You have to find, see here it is. Do you know what is the meaning of non-negative? Anybody? What is the difference between non-negative and positive? Great explanation. Finally understood. Okay. Thank you, Shivani. Okay. Anybody? Do you know what non-negative integer means?
Non-negative integer means we can include zero, but positive means
Right,
we cannot include zero.
right, right, right. So it is basically means ascending or non-descending. So non-descending can have something like this also. Strictly, it means it is not strictly increasing. So something like non-positive means you can add zero. Now, again, this is the best hint. At the starting only, I told you if the question asks you to include zero, then it is the easiest hint, or that is some hint you can include in your answer. Now, you need to find two integer a and b. Now the condition, okay, we have some question marks. Let me fill that question mark for you. Now, the question says that a and b plus a or b, it should equal to n, or in the question it is given x. Now, my question is allowing to use 0 as a number. So do you know, if my number is 0 and I do 0 and x, what I am getting? 0 and x will always result to 0 because we have no common set bit. Understanding? We have no common set bit, and end will always give us the common set bit. मतलब ऐसी कोई सेट बिट जो दोनों नंबर में प्रेजेंट हो. अब जीरो की तो कोई सेट बिट होती ही नहीं है, तो जीरो और एक्स का आप एंड करोगे तो आपको जीरो ही मिलेगा, क्योंकि कोई ऐसी बिट है ही नहीं जो दोनों में सेट हो. राइट? सो जीरो एंड एक्स इज इक्वल टू जीरो, एंड जीरो और एक्स इज इक्वल टू एक्स. और क्या कहता है, और कहता है कि भाई एक नंबर में हो सेट, या तो फिर बी नंबर में सेट हो, दोनों में से कोई भी नंबर में सेट हो, आई विल बी गेटिंग सेट एज एन आंसर एट दैट पोजिशन. है ना? तो जीरो और एक्स इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू एक्स. तो ये दोनों कंडीशन को मिला देते हैं. फिर यही दो नंबर है हमारे, जीरो और एक्स. अगर एंड करेंगे तो जीरो, और करेंगे तो एक्स, दोनों का प्लस करेंगे तो एक्स, विच इज आवर आंसर. एज सिंपल एज दैट. एक नंबर है जीरो, एक नंबर है एक्स. जीरो एंड एक्स करेंगे तो जीरो मिलेगा, प्लस जीरो और एक्स करेंगे तो एक्स मिलेगा, और दोनों का प्लस करेंगे तो भी एक्स मिलेगा. तो हमारा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो गया. तो क्वेश्चन में क्या करना है, इनपुट लेना है, and you have to just do cout print or system.out.println or print whatever language you are using. You have to just print cout and x is the input from the given question or for a particular test case. Everybody, would you be able to solve? Would you be able to code? Or anybody who thinks that they are not able to code this question? है कोई जो इसको कोड नहीं कर सकता? Anybody? Hello, am I audible? Okay, okay, okay. Great, done, sir. Okay, thanks. X spider. Wow, great. So now our both questions ends here. Let me end the recording.